Welcome to another episode of Universal Gaming. I'm your host, Paula Brandt. If you have an event you'd like us to cover, email me at brandtp23@yahoo.com. Today we've got some Fortnite wins and fails, some D&D Storytime 4th Edition Volume 1. I know it's a repeat. We've aired it before, but I wanted to recap what happened since we're starting over with the 4th Ed, and we're kind of done with the 3rd edition D&D Storytime. We also have an area events calendar and some pictures of some miniatures that I have. Once again, we are still meeting at a game store. We'll have information on that at the end of the show. We'll be right back after this. Okay, guys, we're gonna do a 4th ed D&D story time, and this is gonna be fun because while I'm looking for the file on my computer. Welcome to D&D Storytime. This is gonna be the start of our 4th edition D&D Storytime. And let's see, where do I begin? I started running 4th edition about a year after it came out. I was still running a 3rd edition game at the time, and 3rd edition is still my favorite, but, you know, your friends might get the new books and say, hey, why don't you run this and give it a try? And so I did eventually. I do like running 4th edition more than I like playing it. It's only because I like 3rd edition better, and that's what I started with, so I know more about that, and I like that. I just really do. I don't think it's better than any other edition. I personally like running 4th rather than playing it just because of all of the combinations of things that can happen during combat. Other YouTubers, I don't want to quote anybody, but, you know, just to kind of generalize what I've heard other gamers say is, you know, the one thing about 4th ed is during combat, you've got +2 this, +2 that, and then intermediate erupt, +2 this, -2 that, and it just stacks and stacks. And I don't mind running it because it's challenging, but at the same time, I'm not skilled enough as a player to enjoy that. So that mechanic is not something for me. I've heard other YouTubers say it, and I'm just summarizing what they've said in their videos. So basically, when I started the 4th edition campaign, it was my homebrew world. It was an island continent from previous campaigns of 3rd ed that I had done, and the adventuring party started in a town that I hadn't run in a group of 3rd ed before. They were in a village that was near the border of the kingdom. The kingdom had constructed this great wall, kind of like the Great Wall of China, and it's to keep out the monsters and the tribal nomads, okay? And the adventurers eventually went south of the border, south of that wall, to loot the areas that they found. So I had Justin the fighter, Steve C., Alexis, and Claude. So pardon my notes. I usually only write down basic information, but this time around I was writing better notes. Anyway, the group was hired by a wizard to investigate a missing army of troops that was sent to explore the southern lands. The army had been gone for 2 weeks, and a paladin was going to escort the party to the Great Wall on the kingdom's border. It was the month Quarry 15, which is similar to mid-May. The party ventured south through the Great Wall and into the vast wilderness, mostly jungle. Okay, they were attacked by Kruthic, page 170 of Monster Manual 1. It's a level 2 minion, and it's easy encounter for first level characters. They're kind of like a arachnid kind of creature, but they're really large. Okay, they burrow out of the ground and surround the party. They have crab-like legs and a chitinous body and a small head. Okay, and the party travels farther south through the jungle. After defeating the Kruthics, they're attacked by fire beetles. Monster Manual page 30. The party travels further south through the jungle. I wrote down Monster Manual pages just for my notes because I wanted to keep track of where it was and in case I needed to double check stuff. Okay, so the party traveled further south in the jungle. They're attacked by zombies. Monster Manual page 274. An elf named Trey comes to the aid of the party during their battle with the zombies, and he takes them to a jungle city filled with elves. Steve's character falls in love with an elf cleric named Alondra. The party is attacked by a Cambion, which is a demon, a type of devil. A little of a challenge for the party, but the elves in the city kind of help. So the party decides to spend the night in the elven jungle city. In the morning, the group turns to the north to go back to the village in the northern kingdom. They return on Quarry 19, and it's still the May month. They report to Darcel, the wizard that hired them. They tell him about the monsters they encountered and the elven jungle city. And the elves told them that they saw an army when they passed through. So Darcel instructs them to stock up on supplies and go back out there to find the missing army. I need to continue reading my notes for the next game. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Our book of the month is hands down the best, in my opinion. I do not recommend being a game master without it. Toolbox by AEG Press, Alderac Entertainment Group. It is amazing. There are charts in here for anything you can imagine. There's monster charts, there's city charts, there's thieving charts, what you find when you're thieving, there's NPC generation charts. There's even a chart on the back of the book to tell you why you want to buy the book. More information about herbs than I knew existed. Generates castles, dungeons, traps, towns, cities, and governments. There's tips for making druid villains in here. No, really. A chart for insanities and phobias. I want to get my DM something nice, and man, he needs this book. More charts than you can shake a stick at. The best book ever for a game master, Toolbox by Alderac Entertainment Group. I use it all the time, no matter what edition of Dungeons & Dragons. It was made for 3rd Ed, but you can use it for just about anything. Thanks again for watching. Universal Gaming. Check us out next month for more video games, more role-play games. We'll continue on with the 4th Ed D&D Storytime. A couple things I'd like to mention. We are meeting once a month at a game store. We've got a pretty good following. Just bring some board games. It's on a Saturday afternoon from 1 to 9. Bring board games. Come play games that other people own. It's a really fun event at a local game store. Go to meetup.com under the group Fort Wayne Gaming and sign up for the Meet and Game event. You need to RSVP just to give us an idea who's coming. It's really fun. Hope you can come and make it out sometime. I did buy a copy of Dungeons and Dragons Trivial Pursuit. It is very hard, just like any Trivial Pursuit game is very hard. I will have some videos on that coming soon. And also, we started playing Forager on the Xbox, and that's very addictive. I'm going to also have some videos of that hopefully next time. May your dice roll 20s, and we'll see you next time. Bandit camp or stronghold encounters. Elf, drow elf, Grimlock, human bandit, see page blah blah blah, minotaur, troglodyte. Holidays, Flagforth, Grand Conjunction, Guild's Day, Hours of Honor. Familiars, Dove gives +2 on diplomacy checks. Exotic familiars, Armadillo, low light vision and +1 bonus to AC without the stuttering of the Game Master.